Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning everyone.
Good morning, Sai.
Good morning all.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sai.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Shall we start our class?
Yes.
Fine. So in yesterday's class, we were trying to understand auto scaling, right? So I hope you understood auto scaling. So simple answer. Auto scaling means launching servers automatically as per the load, and also terminating as per the load. It increases, also it will decrease also. That is what auto scaling. Simple theory. Okay. Fine. Now in EC2, we have so many other options, other topics that we need to discuss. These are kind of small topics, but many topics are there. So all those things we are going to see one by one. Okay. So first, let me log into my AWS account. Singapore, any region, that's up to you. Yeah, go to EC2. Okay. You can see some instances are there which are terminated. That's okay. Now I'm going to launch one new instance. Okay. See. Just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay. So I will launch one new instance now. Launch instance. Amazon Linux. Next. Give any name. Any name. That's up to you. Next. Review and launch. Choose any key pair. Launch instance. View instances. Okay. So now my instance is not ready yet. Right now it is in a pending state. Once it is ready, once this instance is ready, then at this stage here you can find something. Okay, it shows something. Can someone tell me what it shows here?
2 by 2.
2 by 2 check.
2 by 2 checks.
Checks.
That's it. 2 by 2 checks only.
It will
Anything
check
else?
the health of the server or confirm that it is all okay.
Anand is saying 2 by 2 checks passed. Right. Correct. Yeah. 2 by 2 checks passed. Once this machine is completely ready, then here you will find one thing, that is 2 by 2 checks passed, that I'm going to show you just in a while. Now, what is this 2 by 2 checks? Simple guys here. You know, right? This 100 by 100 marks. 100 by 100. Did anyone score this one? 100 by 100 in your, school days, college days?
In 12th board.
12th. Okay. So who is that? Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Others? Anyone?
It was a dream for me.
Huh? No.
It is just a dream.
It is just a
Dream.
it remained as a dream. No, only one person scored 100 out of 100. No one
I
else?
scored in my week.
Okay, what's your name? Ravali, right?
Yes, I.
Great, fine. That's it, only 2 out of 50. Okay, fine. No problem. That's okay, guys. Okay, they are also here only. Others, we are also here only. Okay. Fine. Sorry. Yeah, let me explain what is this all about. See, 100 by 100 marks means out of 100, someone scored 100 full marks, right? So here also same thing. Here also 2 by 2 checks. Let me show you. By now it should show. Yeah, you can see here 2 by 2 checks passed, right? So what is this 2 by 2? Simple. 2 by 2. That means out of 2 checks, both checks are passed. Correct? Out of 2 checks, both are passed. That's why it is showing 2 by 2. So what are those checks? To understand that, first we should know how they are maintaining their physical infrastructure in their regions and availability zones. See what I said. Right now we launched this instance in Singapore region. correct? That means this physical instance is that this instance is running in Singapore location, okay, which is running in Singapore location. Okay, so how they are maintaining this infrastructure? Simple, guys. What they do in Singapore region, in their data center, they keep one big physical machine. They keep one big physical machine. Okay. On top of that, they install any virtualization software. Okay, they keep one big physical machine with a huge configuration, huge amount of RAM, hard disk, all those things. On top of this, they install any virtualization software. Instead of installing OS, operating system, they install any virtualization software. There are many virtualization softwares out there, like VMwares, Oracle Virtual Boxes. These generally we install in our laptops. But this big configuration machines for that we have Hyper-V, ESXi, okay, Zen hypervisors, Zen, like many virtualization softwares are there. Okay, fine, don't worry. Don't try to remember those names. Okay, so one virtualization software they install. On top of that, they create some virtual machines. They create virtual machines. Okay, so these virtual machines we call EC2s. These virtual machines they call EC2. So these EC2 instances, they take resources from base machine. Suppose while launching EC2, I have selected 2 GB RAM. So that will be taken from base machine. So I selected 8 GB hard disk. That will be taken from base machine. Suppose here I have taken 1 GB RAM, 10 GB hard disk. Those will be taken from base machine. Okay. So these virtual machines will consume resources from base machine, base physical machine. So these are machines inside one more machine. Okay. That's why we call virtual machines. Okay. These are lying on top of physical machine. They consume resources from base machine. That is how actually it works. So when you launch EC2, don't think that you'll get one. For that, they keep one physical machine for you separately. No, they don't keep any physical instance for you. They keep one big physical machine, very, very huge configuration. On top of that, they create thousands of EC2 instances. How they get created as per your requirements. See here, we have given T2 microinda, right? So based on that, one instance will be created automatically. So this is your laptop. Okay, how you are going to access? Assume that the machine that we launch right now, we have given the name called test, correct? Assume that this is a test machine. Now, how you access this? Your laptop, my laptop. My request will come here, load the page, response will go like this. So this is my laptop. So you launch one machine. Okay, so this is your laptop. The request will come here, load the page, response will go like that. That is how. So that is how actually backend it works. Okay. So if I launch one more EC2, it's not necessarily that I need to get this one only. No, there could be some more physical machines. On top of that, one more virtual, on top of that, they have created so many. So if I launch one more machine, I may get this one, I may get this one. So which machine you are getting, that is not in your control. Okay. So whether you are getting or not, that much only. Okay. That much only. Remember that. Okay. So now, okay, till here you understood, right? Okay. Now what they are saying here, 2 by 2 checks, right? They are saying 2 by 2 checks passed. Correct? That's what they're saying. 2 by 2 checks. Passed. That means 2 checks, right? Out of 2 checks, both are passed. So what are those checks? So one is here, physical instance check. That is, system check. We call system status check. Another one is instance status check. Instant status check. Okay. So one is instant status check and the one is system status check. Those are two checks here. Two, this is one, this is one. That means one check is for underlying physical machine, one check is for this particular instance, whether both are running fine or not. If both are running fine, then only you can see 2 by 2 checks passed. If you want to see, click here, status checks, you can see. If you click that, you can see one is system reachability check, or you can call status check. Another one is instance check. One is system, see here you can see, yes, instant status checks, system status checks, correct? That's all. Now here, suppose sometimes instead of 2 by 2 checks, you can see, you might see 1 by 2 checks passed. 1 by 2 checks passed. That means out of 2, 1 is failed. Correct? That is for sure. Out of 2, if it is showing 2 by 2 checks passed, it is showing, but both are running fine. If it is showing 1 by 2 checks passed, that means out of these 2, 1 is failed. Correct? So now my question to you is, which one is failed? Tell me, yes. Whether it is instance or system. How can we come to know?
In down again.
Instance.
Instance status check.
Why not system?
It can, sir. It can.
System will not able to create a C2 at all.
No, please come again.
Actually, in down you can see.
Where you can see? Here.
You showed no. In that
Achha, here it shows.
Yeah.
Here it shows.
Hello.
Okay, correct.
It is system failure.
If the physical machine is down, how we create instances?
Yeah, that is also correct logically. Yeah, great. Fine, guys. Correct. What you said, that is right. Okay, one thing, anyways, you can see from here. Okay, here, if it fails, here it will show in a red color or yellow color. Red color it shows. Okay, but the way, see, simple. As someone has rightly said, if underlying physical instance fails, then how can you run an instance? Correct or not? See, this is running just because underlying physical instance is fine. If underlying this one is down, then obviously it will be down, right? See how 2 states building, 3 states like this. If I lose my ground floor, then how can I, obviously I need not ask, right, whether my third floor is good or not. That will be demolished, correct or not? Same thing here. If you see 1 by 2 passed, that means 1 is failed. So directly you can say that, yes, in this case, which one failed? Here, if you see 1 by 2, that means instance fail. This one only failed. Underlying physical instance is running fine. Okay, this one only failed. That's why 1 by 2. If you say 0 by 2, 0 by 2 passed, that means underlying physical instance failed. Since this one got failed, that's why instance also failed. 0 by 2 means it's not necessarily that both failed. No, underlying instance failed. That's why it is also not running. Okay, so if you see 0 by 2 pass, that means both are failed. Both are means mainly system got failed. Since system got failed, that's why you can't access instance also. So here, system failed. Okay, that is how we can figure it out. See, rarely you'll get to see these options. Rarely, this is not a day-to-day activity. Rarely you'll get to see this one. Now, how can we troubleshoot? Just knowing these things doesn't make any sense. Correct or not? Okay, knowing them don't make any sense. Correct or not? So, how to troubleshoot? If at all you see 1 by 2 or 0 by 2, then how can we address these issues? Being an admin, see, third certification is sysops admin. Being admin, you should be able to troubleshoot these things, right? So, let's see how can we troubleshoot. If you see 0 by 2 pass, instance failure, then to address this issue, you need to reboot. The solution is you need to reboot. You need to reboot your instance. How to reboot? Simple. See, if you see here 1 by 2, what do you do? Select that instance here. Instance state. Just click here, reboot. When you reboot, automatically it will show 2 by 2. So what actually happens when you reboot at backend? When you reboot, what actually happens? See, issue could be in this machine only, right? Instance failed. So when you reboot, the entire OS will be reloaded. The entire OS will be reloaded, and if at all any issues is there, system will address those issues automatically. Self-healing we call self-healing. System will troubleshoot all those things while rebooting. Okay, so then it will be fine. Then you can see 2 by 2. But what if you see 0 by 2? Physical system fails. Physical system is not with you, right? That is with them. Okay, that you can't see directly, you can't touch. Then how can we troubleshoot? So see, if you reboot, this should be ready. Still it is not ready, then you need to contact support. See, still after rebooting also still it is showing 1 by 2 only, then you need to contact support. You can see here support center. Okay, that's why here if you verify, go to status checks, here click here info. Okay, now instant status checks, you can see. If instance reachability fails, try one of the following. Here, reboot the instance. Okay, so this is the main option that we follow. Still it is not working. Then what we do? Then, okay, you can click here report instance status, or directly you can contact support center. So they will troubleshoot from there. I mean, if it is not in our hands, then they will troubleshoot. Now, what if you see 0 by 2? That means here, which one failed? System failed. If you see system failed, then you need to stop and start. That also you can call restart. You need to stop and start, also you can call restart. See, restart option you won't find right here. You can see first you need to stop. Once you stop, then again start will be enabled, then you need to start. So what actually happens when you stop and start? When you stop and start, see, these are physical instance 1. Just like that, they might be having many physical instances. Correct? On top of that, they might have many virtualization softwares. Correct? So if you stop and start, what actually happens? This instance, this test instance, which is the problem, which is ready, which is fine, but on base underlying machine is not ready, not in a correct condition. So this instance will be migrated to some other physical instance. Though this EC2 test instance will be migrated from physical instance 1 to physical instance 2. Okay, this will be automatically migrated with complete data and everything will be migrated. That is a backend mechanism. That is what backend mechanism. Now, since underlying physical instance is running fine, now this will be fine. Here again, it will show 2 by 2. Okay, when you stop and start, that will be migrated along with the data. Now this will work fine. Okay, that is how it works. That is this happens automatically. This happens automatically. Remember that. Okay. Now you might be thinking, Sai, every time when I reboot, okay, instance will be troubleshooted, everything will be troubleshooted, or every time when I stop and start, that will be migrated. No, that is not every time. Whenever you see here, when you see 2 by 2 or when you see 1 by 2 or 0 by 2, that time when you stop, see, if you see 0 by 2, if you stop and start, then only instance will be migrated. If you see 1 by 2, then if you reboot, then only self-healing happens automatically. Then only, not every time. Because see, we might need to stop and start many times. It's not like every time it will be migrated. No, if at all 0 by 2 is there, then only that will be migrated. Now verify here, click here info. See here, system fails. If at all system check fails, then what do you need to do? Here you can see. Yeah, here you can see. You can restart or replace. Restart, you need to restart from your end. Still it is not working, then you need to contact support. Then they will replace the instance or something they will do. First you need to try from your end. Okay, if things are not working, then you need to contact support. Okay, so this is what 2 by 2 checks passed. This is not usual activity, guys. Rarely you will get to see, rarely. But if you see this one, you should know how to address these kind of issues. At least you need to try from your end. After that only you need to contact admin team. Understood? Okay. Yeah, fine. So I hope you understood this one. So like this, we have many topics at this small form. So I'll explain all those things, then I'll come to all your doubts. Okay. Now coming to next topic. I'm not rubbing this one so that it would be easy for me to clarify your doubts when you ask your doubts. Okay. See, restart means stop and start. See here, restart means you are stopping here. You stop and start. Also, we can call restart. If you stop and start, the entire functionality will be stopped. Functionality will be stopped and that will be started again. That means your OS, all functionality, your machine will literally stop. Okay. But when you reboot, the machine won't be stopped. Just OS will be reloaded. OS will be reloaded. Okay. OS will be reloaded. Okay. Here, if you stop and start, the OS, everything will be stopped and will be stopped. But if you reboot, OS will be just reloaded. So loading, what is booting? See, booting process, you might have heard. Booting process. Booting process. Booting process means what? What actually happens? When you power on your laptop, from that moment till you see your Windows screen in your laptop, that process we call booting process. In that, what actually happens? All OS related files which are there in your C drive will be loaded. They come from inactive stage to active stage. They start working. They do some self-test on top of themselves. That self-test we call post. Then if everything is fine, then you can see your Windows screen. Okay. That is what booting process. Now, when you reboot, the OS related files are already running. Those will be reloaded. Just those will be refreshed, kind of. You can think of refreshed. Okay. But if you stop and start, then everything will be stopped. Then again you start, everything will be reloaded again. Everything will be reloaded. Okay. That is a difference. Okay. Simple. You remember one thing. Okay. Reload, stop and start means stopping OS, starting OS. Rebooting means just it's kind of refreshing OS. Okay. Just remember these two words, then you will understand. Virtualization software is what? It will allow your machine to create many virtual machines. It allows your physical machine to, it allows you to create many virtual machines. See here, one physical machine we are dividing into many virtual machines. Okay, that that will be done only after installing virtualization software. Okay. Earlier, what we used to do is, now we got cloud, but earlier what we used to do when I was Linux administrator, see earlier we used to have, I used to have my laptop of Windows. See on top of that, see here, Windows OS. But I want to practice Linux. That time cloud was not there. What we used to do? We used to install virtualization software. For laptops, we used to have VMwares or Oracle VirtualBox. You might have heard Oracle VirtualBox. So these virtualization software, they allow your machine to convert into virtual machine, multiple. So then we used to create virtual machines. Then in that we used to take, here I want Linux OS, Red Hat Linux. Here I want CentOS. Here I can take, and I can use these two machines. So these two machines, they consume RAM, hard disk from base machine only. Like that. So I'm having Windows, but I want to practice Linux, Red Hat and CentOS. Then we used to launch like this earlier. That time VMwares and Oracle VirtualBoxes became so popular. You can see these are symbol of Oracle VirtualBox. You can see. Okay, but nowadays no one is using them because we got cloud, right? We got cloud because here there's a limitation here. See how many you can launch as per the base machine resources only. Your laptop resources are very less. I am having 12 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk. So how can I launch many virtual machines? But in cloud, it's very easy, right? We can launch as many as you want. Okay, that's all. So I hope at least you got clarity, right? Yes, don't go deeper. You understood till here at least a little bit. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I. And when do we make you when
Yes, I.
of Sigwin?
Which one?
Sigwin.
Don't worry. Those will be seen later on. Okay. So
Okay.
those are not relevant actually here. Okay.
Yeah.
These VMwares, we used to use long back. Nowadays, no one is using. That's really outdated. The day cloud emerged, from that day onwards, people literally stopped using VMwares and Oracle virtual boxes. Okay. Yeah. Now, coming to our next topic, that is scaling part. Okay. Scaling. See, we have, okay, before that, let me show you one small option is it. Suppose, sometimes what you do, you might terminate your machine accidentally. See, if I click on terminate, anyways, you have one more option you need to click. If you click this one also, by mistake, your machine will be terminated. And you know that if you terminate your machine, you can't get it back, correct or not? You will lose your entire data. But what if you terminate your instance accidentally? What if you terminate your instance accidentally? So how can we protect our machines from accidental termination? In that case, what we do, we need to enable that option. Simple. Go to actions. Okay. Instance settings. You can see change termination protection. Click this. And here just enable. And save. If you click on save, then it won't allow you to terminate. It allows you to stop. Because right, if you stop, you can start. No problem at all. You are not going to lose your data. But now see, it won't allow you to terminate. Verify. Click on terminate. Click on terminate. See, what is this? It is showing an error. Hey, you can't terminate. Cannot be terminated because this protection is enabled. You can't terminate. So, okay. Now you want to terminate. So intentionally, I want to terminate. Then you have to disable this option. See, instance settings. Change termination protection. Now disable. Now see, when you disable, you can see it is saying that site termination protection is disabled. This instance is no longer protected against accidental termination. If the instance is terminated, data stored in the storage will be lost. Don't worry, what is ephemeral and now that data will be lost. Okay, that's all. So that's why generally what we do. Okay, we launch many instances in companies. Those should be running always. That time what we do, we enable this protection so that it won't allow you to terminate. Now, if you try, it will allow you to terminate. Okay, if you click here, that will be terminated for sure, no doubt about it. Okay, that is one small option that you must know. Okay, then coming to scaling options. Okay, scale options. You remember in our yesterday's class we have seen auto scaling, right? Scale. I said, right, scale up and scale down, two options are there. But we have two more options are there. Those are scale out and scaling. Scale out and scaling. Now, guys, please respond to my question. What is the difference between scale up and scale out? Anyone? What is the difference between scale up and scale out? Are they same or any difference?
Different. I mean, scale up and down is same.
Increasing configuration is nothing but scale up, and decreasing configuration scale down.
Okay, scale out.
Scale out means if we configured 3 GB RAM, it is expanding to 4 GB RAM. That is scale out.
That is also what, increasing the configuration only, right?
Scale up means we are increasing one more instance, and scale out means we are increasing the configuration.
Okay.
Fine, my understanding, scale out means, while practicing wantedly, we did some changes in command lines, right? So I feel scale out means, removing the file from the command lines, and scale up means increasing the configuration.
Okay, fine.
So in scale out, we increase the space, but in scale up, we increase the configuration of the database. में आज 9 GB लगा दी तो configuration.
Okay, fine. Okay. So I'll tell you. It's okay. Let me explain. Let me put it in a simple way. See here. Suppose I have one instance is there. of 2 GB RAM. 2 GB RAM. Now I want to increase this one to 4 GB. So I'll add 2 more GB. That will become 4 GB. Okay. So I want to make it 8 GB. So I'll add some more configuration. So here, what is this? Only one instance. Only one instance. But I'm increasing the configuration of that instance. That could be RAM, could be hard disk. One instance is same. Only one only. But I'm increasing the configuration of that instance. That is what scale up. Also, you can call vertical scaling. Vertical. Okay, vertical scaling. Down means just decreasing the configuration. Same instance. But scale out means, see, I have one instance of 2 GB RAM. I'm adding one more instance. 2 GB, one more. I'm adding one more instance. Okay, adding new instances. That is what scale out. Okay, this also we can call horizontal scaling. So scale up means increasing the configuration of a machine. Scale out means increasing number of machines. Number we are increasing. That is what scale out. Scale in means same in a reverse order, decreasing the number of instances. Okay, fine. Now you tell me, auto scaling comes under scale up or scale out?
Scale out.
Scale out.
Scale out.
Or scale out. Scale out, not scale up. Sure.
Scale up.
Scale out.
Scale up. Scale up.
Okay. But you remember in my demo and yesterday also, I use the word scale up and scale down, correct? You in demo also. That example which I have given, January 25th, 26th and all, right? You remember that time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that time actually I said one thing, that don't focus on what we are increasing. Something, somehow we are increasing. That's what I said. Something, somehow we increase. That's what I used, the word which I used. That means at that time, if I had used this word out and in, that time you won't be in a position to understand. Okay, so that's why I said that time something, somehow we are increasing. How to increase? That we'll see later on. So here the concept is auto scaling comes under scale out, not scale up and scale down. So in auto scaling, what we did, we increased the number of instances. Either we are adding new instances or we are terminating instances. So auto scaling, it comes under scale out and scaling, not scale up and scaling. Okay. So scale up and scale down means increasing or decreasing the configuration of an instance. Either could be RAM, hard disk and all. So that we are going to see today. Okay, how to scale up and scale down. So already we have seen auto scaling with respect to scale out and scaling. Today we are going to see scale up and scale down. So auto scaling, it happens automatically, guys. Automatically. But scale up and scale down, you have to do manually. We have to do manually as per your requirement. Okay, this we need to do manually. So let's see how can we scale up and scale down manually as per our requirement. That is what we are going to see now. Okay. Now scale up or scale down, increasing or decreasing. What we can increase or decrease, guys? CPU cores, RAM, hard disk. Only these things only. We can increase or decrease. Configuration means either CPU, RAM, hard disk only. That much only. You know, right? Combinedly, we call this one as instance type. Instance type. This one we call EBS. So we can increase or decrease either instance type or EBS. Correct? Either instance types or EBS. Okay. Here, EBS volume, also you can call volumes. Okay. That's what hard is. If you want to increase or decrease your instance type, the first thing you have to stop your instance. You can't do it while running. You need to stop your instance, then only you can increase or decrease. You need to stop. That is the first condition. And yes, here you are getting both advantages. You can increase, also you can decrease also. But thing is that you need to stop. While running, you can't do. Here you can increase the configuration, you can decrease. You can increase or decrease the instance type. But when it comes to EBS, you can do it while in running. While any stage you can do it. you need not to stop. While running itself, you can do, you need not to stop. But here, you can only increase, you can't decrease. Okay, I'm repeating. If you want to change this one, you need to first stop. But if you want to change this one, you need not to stop. That could be in a running state. That's fine. Okay. Here, instance type, you can both increase or decrease. But EBS, you can only increase, you can't decrease. I'll tell you that also, why it is. Simple, guys. One thing is very clear that, while running, you can't increase or decrease the RAM CPU cores. That is not at all possible. They are not giving that option. So first we'll see this one. Okay, first we'll see this part. How can we increase or decrease the instance type for an instance? Okay, for that I need to stop. Let me show you. See, this is an instance. Right now it is saying T2 micro. Right? T2 micro means what? 1 CPU core and 1 GB RAM. Let me show you. Let me open a new tab. Achha, signed out. Let me sign in. Now here, see, launch instance. Observe carefully here. T2 micro means 1 CPU core, 1 GB RAM. Now I want to increase to, okay, T2 medium. I want 2 CPU cores and 4 GB of RAM. T2 medium I want. Okay, fine. I want T2 medium. So how to do it? Simple. Select that instance. Actions. Instance settings. You can see change instance type. But this option is disabled. You can see. Change instance type, this option is disabled. Why? Because your instance is running state. So while running you can't do it, you can't change the instance type. So that's why first stop. Okay, I stopped my instance. Once it is ready, then we will show. Let's wait. Should not take this much of time. Oh my God. This much of time should not take. Stopped, but here this is an indication. This is just an initiation. When we stop means it shows that initiation and all. But here it will show that stop. It will show something like this here. Let me take you to Mumbai. There I actually have some running servers. Stopped servers. Here you can see it will show something like this, stopped. That means it's confirmed that yes, instances are stopped. Okay, let's see. Let's verify whether this option is enabled or not. Actions, instance settings. See, this option is not enabled yet. That means, yeah, now it is stopped. Now you can see. Now it is stopped. Now this option will be enabled. Hit refresh. Yeah, instance state. Yes. Now you can see change instance type. This will be enabled automatically. Now what do you do? Click here. Click that. And here right now it is taking T2 micro, right? What do you do? Whatever you want, you can verify. Which one I want? I want T2 medium, 2 CPU cores, 4 GB RAM, right? Here, there is a T2 medium. T2 medium they are not giving. T2 nano, T2 small, T2 large, T2 extra large. Okay, whatever. So might be some are not working. Okay, can use T2 large. Or okay, T2 small is fine. Let's see. Once you've got 2 GB RAM, I want T2 small. Yeah, very well. You can see T2 small and apply. You select whatever you want. Okay, yes, that's it. Hit refresh. What is this? T2 small. So right now it is having 2 GB of RAM. 2 GB. That's it. Again, you start. Instance set. Select instance. Start. That's it. Okay, either increase or decrease. That is up to you. But make sure that you can do when machine is in stop state only. That is so you can do it. Now coming to EBS. See, EBS, you can increase, you can't decrease. I'll tell you why it is so. Because there is a logic behind that. Earlier they used to give decrease option also, but they are not giving decrease option nowadays. Why? Because not only here in AWS, you take any technology outside, even in fact databases also, where you can only increase a thing, you can't decrease. Okay, guys, first listen to the class. Okay, don't type anything in chartboard. See here. This is my hard disk. This is my hard disk. Now assume that in that I have some okay, so 50 GB out. Okay, these are 50 GB. I kept some data. Now you want to decrease. If you decrease the size, then you might lose your data. Correct? You might lose your data. That's why it is not at all recommended decreasing the data. Not at all recommended. It's always you can increase that only. Okay, you can only increase. Okay, you can't decrease. That also option also I'll show you. If you want to increase, what you do simple. This is your instance. Yeah, right now you are not in free tab. I'm not in free tab. So that's why you, if you want, you can practice, or else, that's up to you, no problem. But you should know how we do it. Now, if you want to increase the volume, what you do? You scroll down. Here you can see volumes. Elastic block store. Here you can see volumes. So click that. If you click on volume, see, this is a root drive which is attached to that particular test instance. These are root drive having 8 GB. You can see you are in volumes page. Okay, 8 GB. Now, how to increase or decrease? So I told you, you need not to stop. Green color means right now it is running. My instance is running, correct? Verify. My instance, oh, it is okay. It is stopped, right? Let me start. Let me show you. While running itself, I'll change. Once it is ready, then we'll increase the size. Yeah, my instance is running. Okay. Now go to volumes. Yeah, now my instance is running. This one. Okay. Now what do you do if you want to modify? Go to actions, modify volume. Modify volume. Yes, here you can see the size. Don't worry, volume type sender, all those things I'm going to explain tomorrow. Okay, so now focus on just size. IOPS and all, IOPS, volume types, all these things we'll see in just tomorrow's class only. Okay. So here right now it is showing 8 GB. See, don't think that size it is showing minimum you can decrease to 1 GB. Maximum is upper limit this one. You need increase up to this one only. But you can't decrease. While launching, see, while launching, you can take whatever hard disk size that you want while launching. Okay. But after launching, this is already launched, already running. So right now it took 8 GB. Now you can't decrease. If you want to verify, you can see. I would like to make it as 6 GB. Yeah, make it 6. See here, what they're saying. The size of volume can only be increased, not decreased. Can only be increased, not decreased. You can't decrease. While launching, whatever you took, that's a full and final. Now you might be thinking, Sai, while launching, can we take 1 GB? No. This is generally they are giving. This is my root drive, right? Root drive is having OS. So you can't, for root drive, you have to take minimum hard disk. because it should accommodate OS root drive, OS drive. But if you take D drive, other drives and all, you can take 1 GB also. That I'm going to show you tomorrow. Okay, since it is root drive, you can't even take 1 GB also while launching also. Okay, so anyways, it took 8 GB. Now I want to decrease, it won't allow. But I want to increase, yes, 10 GB. Yeah, happily, you can see 10 GB, click on modify. That's it. It is not throwing any error. Just click one click, modify. And yes, don't worry about this. It takes some time. See, it takes some time. Yes, that won't, get reflected immediately. Click here. Don't worry about all other things. Okay. Yes. And close. That will be extended automatically. Okay, it takes some time. Definitely take some time. Okay. Yeah, now it's very fast. You can see 10 GB. That is so. You can't decrease, you can only increase. Okay. So while launching, see here, let me launch one instance. Launch. Amazon Linux. Next. Next. Yeah, here you can see for root drive, you can't decrease the size while launching. Suppose I want to take, some 4 GB. Okay, if you click on next, it will throw error. You can see volume size must be at least the size of snapshot. Don't worry about snapshot. Snapshot also we are going to see tomorrow. Volume, snapshots, AMIs, all those things we have seen next tomorrow or after tomorrow class. Now for root drive, you have to take 8 GB because here OS is there. But not other drives. You can see if I add any other drive, yeah, you can have 1 GB also. Fine, no problems here. Now next. See, other drive, I took 1 GB. Correct? Other drive? Yes, that's what here it was showing that while launching, you can take whatever you want. But after launching, you can't decrease. You can only increase after launching. Okay, I hope you understood. Just remember this one, guys. Instance type, you can increase or decrease, but machine should be in a stop state. But EBS volume, while running itself, you can only increase, but you can't decrease. Okay, that is how we deal with scale up and scale down. Okay. Now, what we do in our next class, we are going to talk about these volume types. You might have observed many volume types here it is showing. I'll show you anyways in tomorrow's class. Different volume types, different pricing models and all. Okay, these IOPS and all, IOPS you might have seen. Okay, encryption and attaching, detaching, drives, adding more drives. Okay, so all those things we see in our next class. Okay. So Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow. Because next topic, it takes a good amount of time. That's the reason, I'm stopping here itself. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask. One second, let me unmute you. Okay. So for today's class, you may not get any doubt, any document because these are simple, small topics, right? There won't be any notes. What you do if you are not getting any notes for some topics, you please make a note of your own words in your own words. Okay, by listening to that video. Yeah, please go ahead.
Say what is that AWS optimizer? When we upgrading the instance type, there's a one option AWS optimizer.
Yeah. See, are you talking about somewhere this one? Okay. So
yes.
This only I'm going to explain in 2 to 3 classes. Okay, that you'll understand. Okay. Yeah.
No, not this one. Sai.
show that
this one.
volume.
No, not this one. Can you this one? So again, you will upgrade the instance type.
Instance type. See.
Yes. There is one option.
Where?
Yeah, instance type. When we move from this is it micro to small at that time? There is one option.
That is what EBS optimization. That particular instance type, whether it see, we modified the configuration, right? Let me show you. We modified this configuration, right? T2 micro to T2 small something, right? We modified.
Yes.
So whether that one supports EBS optimization or not.
Okay.
That related options only that I'm going to explain. Okay.
Okay.
For that, you should know different volume types first tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
As we are enabling termination protection, right? So is the terminating protection only for that instance or for all running?
No, only that particular instance. You select that instance and you enable that applicable to that particular instance only.
Okay, thank you.
Sai, the startup class you started with checks, 2x2 checks. Could you explain it?
2x2, simple here. Be mute, I'll explain. Just be mute. Simple here. 2x2 checks means underlying physical machine check, instance check. Okay, that's what 2x2 checks passed. Always here it shows that 2x2 checks passed in your instance here. Here it shows, if you start, then here it shows 2x2 checks passed. So what are those checks? One is underlying physical instance check. On top of that, physical system check, then instance check. If both are running fine, then it will show 2x2 passed. If you see 1x2, that means instance failed. If you see 0x2, that means underlying physical instance, physical system failed. Okay, then how to troubleshoot? If you reboot, then OS will be reloaded. This will be fine. If you stop and start, this will be migrated to on top of some other physical machine. Since it is working fine, this will be fine. Okay, that's a simple summary. I want you to go through this video once again. Okay, at the beginning I have explained in a detailed manner. Okay. Yeah. Understood? Honestly.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, Sai, this is Wahid. What is the virtualization software above the physical layer?
This allows, this allows us to create multiple virtual machines on top of one physical machine. Physical means I can say I can touch. Virtual, I can't say I can't touch. Virtual also you can call machine inside one more machine. See, right now my laptop is Windows, but here I want to use Linux. Then what I do? I install virtualization software. This is already installed, right? I install this virtualization software. Then here, what we do? I create one new machine here. New. I give some, details and all. I mean, this you not worry. Okay. So by using that, I'll create virtual machine. In that, I can install OS, whatever I want. I mean, right now we are taking EC2 instance. So Amazon Linux we are getting. Okay. This software allows your machine to divide into multiple virtual machines so that each machine acts like one different machines. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, is there any operating system running on physical setup?
See, may or may not be. These are big physical machines, right? Okay. For that, they won't even install any OS for physical machine. But for our laptops, we have our operating systems. See, if in our base laptops, suppose I have my laptop, hardware is there. I have my operating system is there, Windows. On top of that, I install Oracle VirtualBox or VMware, any virtualization software. But if you talk about big servers, these are big systems. For that, they don't need any OS. Okay. So they don't need. They install these softwares like, ESXi. This is one software. Hyper-V. Zen. These virtualization software, they don't need underlying OS for them. But we install VMwares, Oracle VirtualBox, they need one OS. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Sai, this is the reason we need to update that yum-y update on our EC2 because physical is never updated as per your.
No. This is whatever Amazon Linux we are taking, right? That OS related updates will be sent by Amazon company every now and then. Okay, just like the way you get updates right here. In Windows, sometimes when you click on here, you will show that update and shutdown, update and restart. These are updates sent by that company, Amazon company, to your OS.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Sai, it's a physical sources our system or it's Amazon?
Physical means it's a Amazon system only. This is there in their location, in their data center.
Okay, when we launching the instance, it takes our system.
No, our laptop we are using to access that instance. See, our laptop will be somewhere here. Mine is somewhere in Pune. From here, I'm accessing that instance. Okay, through browser, I'm accessing. Okay.
But physically, we are using the Amazon.
Yeah, physically, that is somewhere in their location. Got it?
Got it.
Hyper is for Windows or Linux both, right?
Which one? Hyper-V, yeah, that is for only. You can on top of that, yes, Hyper-V is for both.
Okay.
So we are, can we add existing instance to AutoScale group?
No, I did not get you. Come again.
We have already created one. Can we add one more instance to that AutoScale group?
Acha, you want to add existing instance to AutoScaling? Yeah, we can add, but that is not recommended. In fact, earlier that option was there. Nowadays only they are giving this one. See, instance settings, add somewhere you'll find here attached to AutoScaling group if you start. But that is not recommended. People are not using, and this is a new option recently they have added. Okay. Because it is not recommended to interfere in AutoScaling physically, manually. Okay.
So can you show that volume increasing on 1 second?
Volume increasing. Just here, go to volumes here. Here, action. Select the volume actions. Modify volume.
Okay.
Here,
okay.
Here you can increase. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sai, so we are accessing those instances by using those virtualization software.
I mean, that is there in their location. That is actually unnecessary for us. But I explained how they are maintaining in their locations. Got it?
Okay. With that software only we are getting access.
With that software only they are creating virtual machines, and those we are accessing. Got it?
Actually, if we have thousands of servers, then there is a chance of failing this check.
Hey, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Actually, if we have thousands of servers like this,
then
there is a chance of failing these checks, this system check.
No, that is not, actually that won't happen every day. That rarely it happens because they maintain all these things. If at all, if something goes wrong, then you have this option with you. Okay.
It will migrate.
Yeah.
Sai, in Linux, we did web server, load balancer, and auto scaling, right? So we can do the same thing in Windows.
See, in Windows web server, I'll tell you that there is a separate class is there. I will explain that one. Okay. So Windows also, we are going to see the web server and all. Okay. So the class I will take separately.
So when we increasing the volume, you have changed that T2 micro small. When we change that, we will get the bill.
Yeah, obviously you'll get the bill, right? Because you are going out of free time, right? That's why you don't change. You don't change. Just you verify that option. Okay, where it is there. Just you need to verify. Okay. Or you change immediately. You turn it back. You won't get any bill. Just to fraction of seconds only, right? Yeah. Generally, they count for hours only, per hour. So it's just a fraction of minutes only, right? You can use it, no problem.
Sir, this virtualization software creates a Linux machine or a Windows machine automatically?
No. We need to verify. We need to choose what we want.
If we are willing to launch a Windows instance, then how virtualization software fetches this operating system?
No, that actually we need to download. See, okay, forget about AWS, because in AWS they are giving all those things. That's why we are selecting. Earlier, what we used to do, see my laptop. On top of that, I used to have OS, Windows OS. Then we used to install virtualization software, so either VMwares or Oracle virtual boxes, virtualization software. Then we used to create virtual machines. In that, we used to install operating system that we call ISO image. ISO images, image we call. Okay, that ISO image we call, that OS. Okay, so we take Windows ISO image or Linux, whatever we want. That we are going to insert inside this. Then we are going to start this one. That's how we used to do. Okay, so we have to take whatever OS that you want. You can take Windows ISO image. You can take Linux ISO image. That's up to you. Understood?
Yes, sir.
What is ISO full form, sir?
Full form, 1 second. Because long back we used to use, right? That's just a OS we call. 1 second. Yes, yeah. Optical, sorry, ISO. Not this one. This is different. ISO image recalls here. Optical disk image, or the D is not there, right? Okay, I'll verify. I'll let you know. ISO full form here. Windows ISO. Generally, just we used to call ISO file. Okay, ISO full form. ISO stands for International Organization. Not this one. They are not giving. Okay, these ISO images you can download from os-boxes, boxes.org. Earlier we used to do, not now. Okay, so here I want whatever that ISO image that you want, you can download. ISO image means just here you can see either virtual, Oracle VirtualBox images you want, or VMware images you want, whatever, Oracle VirtualBox. Now see, these are ISO images. Okay. So also you can call VDI also. That's just a name they're giving, don't worry. So if you want to download CentOS, just click here. Click here. Yes, you can download this one. Like this. Okay. That's how we used to do earlier. But don't worry, that era has gone. VMwares and all those things. Now we are using cloud, right? But here, just to explain how they maintain at their data centers. Okay. Any more doubts from anyone?
Is there any way to decrease the volume size?
Yeah, you can decrease. What indirectly? What you do first? You copy. See here. Suppose your data is. Let me show. This is 8 GB. Like okay, 10 GB. Data is there. Data is a small amount. Only data is having 5 GB only. Even though 5 GB, still you can't decrease the size. What you do? You copy. You take one more volume of 5 GB or 6 GB. You copy the data. The entire data will be copied. You verify whether completely got copied or not. That is a way, and you terminate this. This is an indirect way. There is no direct way. Okay?
Okay.
So in workplace, how many instances we run at a time?
There is no limit. That's up to as per the requirement, as per the company size and all. Small companies I have seen, 50, 60. Big companies I have seen, 500, 600 also.
500, 600 instances.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, fine, guys. That's it for today. For this also, I'll prepare the document. What are steps we get. If you better, meanwhile, you create your own document. Okay, for especially these things, status checks and all. Status checks and this while you scale up and scale down. For this, I'll prepare document. I'll share with you. Actually, for small topics, I don't have any document, but I'll prepare. I'll share tomorrow. Tomorrow we have few more topics are there. I'll cover those things also. Then I'll share document once for. Okay, tomorrow I'll share.
Very good. Sorry, last one.
Yes,
for EBS volumes, can we do for decreasing? Can we stop the instance and then we can decrease it?
No, you can't.
Other than the root.
No, you can't decrease. That option itself is not there. Could be any drive. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Yeah, yesterday we had done for auto scaling, right? We have given minimum instance 3 and desired as a. For example, I want to give as minimum instances 3 and desired also 3. At a time, I have to terminate all these 3 instances. Then is there any problem to access that web server? That
you want to terminate all instances, right?
Yes.
So you can't do it manually, right? Even if you do manually, those 3 will be launched automatically again. So what do? You have to delete auto scaling, then launch template. Then those will be deleted.
No. For example, I will give the minimum instance as 3 and maximum as 10.
Okay.
And desired also 3.
Okay.
And you have, by intentionally, I want to terminate the S3 instances, right? As auto scaling, I want to terminate 3 instances.
So right now 3 are running. Assume that right now 3 are running.
Yes, 3 are running.
So minimum, those are minimum 3. You want to terminate all 3?
Yeah.
Okay, you terminated.
For auto scaling, it will automatically create instances, right?
It will launch 3 more, right?
Yeah, but it will take some time, right? It like we are giving like 300 seconds, right? At that time, we cannot access that web server, right?
Acha, okay. If all servers are down for a couple of seconds, we can't access those servers. That's what your doubt?
Yes.
No, that is not day-to-day activity. That's that is also happens that rarely. Okay. 99.9% that would happen, but rarely that also might happen. That's why sometimes you can see if it is Google down, YouTube, you might have observed, right?
Yes.
Recent a few months back, for a couple of minutes, YouTube went down, Google went down, Facebook it goes down. That rarely that happens. Okay, during that times. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Fine. Any more doubts from anyone?
We scale up the instances within the region, right?
What?
We scale up the instances within the region, right?
The same region, yes, same region. Yeah, same region. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you all. See you in tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss remaining things. Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.